I do have a few books. I'll take a donation if you really want it. You don't have any cash on you. That's fine. Whatever. I also have a couple broadsides there that I just whipped out today. Some flyers for my book. So I'm David Welper. I want to dedicate this reading to Amiri Baraka, one of my early influences. So this first poem, I wrote this last week, so this is a pretty new one. It's called Sentimental Mood. Like a greasy ensemble of breezes in Harlem, taxi honking horn section, nightly summer heat, barefoot in puddles at corners, we sucked down smokes, we lit up on jazz, Duke in flames, our lonely miracle, still on fire. That's obviously for Duke Ellington. Tourist. In a postcard, there are children, double-sided with heat on their backs and lyrics chiseled into their bodies. All of them New Mexico backup singers, spread out as if open fire means open pottery. I imagine them chiseling into each other, communicating one by one in line. Then rain filling in their bodies. This is music, I tell myself, and imagine them speechless. I fill it back repeatedly and address them to you in Paris. An outward note, like in that photo of the Rio Grande years ago. What other spaces are large enough for a man to lean over? There is a foot cut off at the edge of this postcard. I imagine what is engraved there. Something to the extent of, I have learned to love this. I send this to you. Cutting board. She paid a high price for mangoes, which could have been served in slices for dessert. Knives in the bedroom to catch reflections of a morning sun. I asked her why she's hanging knives on the wall. She replied, to intensify my orgasms. She wanted this from me, some imagery inside her, something to fill her. She bought the mangoes instead. Mangoes open more easily than a man, she said. It's just nice to have a place to place my unplaceable things. Things like flirtation, inclusive of its interior ugly part. So she sliced diagonally and licked juice from her cutting board. She got what she wanted from it. I suppose it's in a woman's nature to slice into things, to explore vulnerability, to make incisions into certain skins and lick the wounds like a juice. To locate rooms with their own blood flow, rooms with their own tables to place things on. There's a meaning to all this. It comes with a price. Epilogue. You always want more out of it. This sound museum of facts, an autobiography or documentary. There may be a circular pattern dictating what you reveal about objects in rooms and non-rooms. Then there's the framing of hallways with pictures and paintings. You call it perspective. You call it experience, responding to it through explanations of where everything came from. Give it time, I heard somebody say. Discomfort of old shoes in the corner, The distractions, the twist of orderliness. Borrowed things become stolen things given time. Now they are yours. And here's another something about time. It's not space, but sound with a sweet tooth, ever so brief. This is you wanting more from it. This is just a house, each room a figure of speech, licking away at the skin. I think it's just another form of delivery, a spreading of fact. Do you remember what was said? You had speech on your side. Skin. I was alone with balloons once, each tied to a heavy string that pulled them closer to my body, caressing my surfaces. I watched their breaking scenes one by one with a feminine eye. This was the bedroom, asking myself what I feared. I also remember this. The moon hiding behind rainstorms like a boy behind a curtain. The moon unraveled loosely, lightly as boys do, with outward motion. I will carry you now, on a whim like I used to this room. Sad violins will play there, tentatively regarding softer versions of that location. I wrote this after I went to New Orleans. It's called Storyville 2012. Storyville was a red light district in New Orleans in the early 20th century. My lover said, "Draw me a picture of what white looks like." I drew a machine. Simple as that, he asked. It was a heavy machine with spaces all around it, similar to, but not exactly or permanently like, kisses. My lover then said, "Your mouth machine does pretty work." Leaving, he left the door open, a thankful act. He left everything to the imagination, which is what the machine would do, free of charge and green with envy, if I could give it function.